bracket builder.
Chicago, Illinois, the location for the Raptors. The do-it-all combo of Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam. They'll look to leave their imprint on this game, leading the charge as they await tip-off at United Center. Raptors, Bulls, only here on 2K Sports. Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Lowry and Powell, the guards. And it's Gasol at the center, filling out the middle. And for Chicago, Young and Carter are the big men inside. White is out there with Oladipo, and it's Porter at the three. Smitty, we have a good rivalry game tonight with two conference foes. This should be a beauty.
Yes, indeed. I think the fans feel it, the coaches feel it, us as announcers, we feel it. The atmosphere is going to be great.
It is indeed. Siakam looking around. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup. Siakam's got the first points of the night for the Raptors.
You know, before coaches started running plays for him, this is where Siakam would get his points, on the offensive glass.
Coming into the NBA, Victor Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but it was working out with D-Wade that helped take Victor's game to the next level.
And listen, anytime you're the second overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury.
He's perfect from the line this time.
The Toronto Raptors knew Kawhi Leonard might leave, but plan B is to build around their young players. They've got some good ones, in my opinion.
And he gets the bucket.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute. He said they're focused on how to slow down Victor Oladipo. Coach said he's their emotional leader. When he's rolling, they're tough to stop. Kevin, he went to Damascus. Of course he's hard to stop.
Okay, David, thanks. That free throw good from Oladipo. You know, the Raptors have done a great job of finding quality players, Steve, late in the draft and developing them into contributors.
Yes, Kevin, and one of those guys is Fred VanVleet. He went undrafted. A long rebuild was never in the cards for Toronto. They're competing as those young guys develop.
Now here's Powell. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia. Anunoby kicks to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
And we're already seeing a little rhythm out of this offense. They've hit 3 out of 4 so far.
Tries from 16. Rejected by Gasol.
Love how Gasol patrols the court, always on the lookout to reject a shot.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Now here's White. A 20-point game for him in the win against Miami.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
And the D getting out work there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's Oladipo, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Oladipo's got 6 points. The Raptors have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Pass to Gasol. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
Lowry kicks to Gasol. Outside Lowry. To the paint. Here's Siakam. And it's sent back by Carter.
That time, Carter's length and vertical paying dividends. He has tremendous potential as a rim protector.
Here's Powell. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. Bulls trail by 5. On its way from Oladipo for 2. It's Chicago with another bucket.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Down low. And Siakam throws it down.
Aggressive move from Siakam, putting all that length and athleticism to work.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell, an athletic 6'4" combo guard, said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
And I can see why. He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical leap. He's more of a two-guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Siakam against Markkanen. The drive by Siakam.
Such a fluid mover off the bounce. Siakam gets to his spot before the defense can react.
Here's Satoransky. Another 3 for Chicago.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Knocked away and stolen by Dunn. And here we go with the tip. Great positioning on the putback.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Here's Van Vliet after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Dunn with some nice D.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
A solo fast break. Van Vliet with the bucket.
You know, it's not just the energy Siakam brings to the defensive end. It's the instincts. Great job turning them over.
Here's Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust. He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Dunn passes to Hutchison. 50 seconds left in the first. Basket counts.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see. Well, last season, Pascal Siakam more than doubled his scoring. Dramatic improvement as a shooter from the perimeter and the line.
Toronto shooting their first free throws of this one.
You have to give Pascal Siakam a lot of credit. He's continued to improve the shooting percentage both from the field and the line.
Valentine's checked in for Chandler Hutchison.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Now, here's Siakam. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was short, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Bulls lead by 3. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set. Now it complements Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam and what he brings to the team.
My defense toughness, my experience playing with those two guys, one of the best in the game right now. And then, helping those two here, and with my experience, what I learned, I think I can help the team a lot, energy, and then both hands on the floor.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter, we've got Davis. He's out there with Fred VanVleet. Ibaka is out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Boucher in at the 4 spot.
You see what Dunn can do when he's playing under control. That's an excellent pass.
VanVleet looking around. Basket good. VanVleet's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater. And last year, the Bulls having issues moving the ball was actually a strength for them in the seasons prior.
Totally agree. You look at all the relevant team assist stats. The Bulls were bottom 5 in all of them. This team, they fall into too much isolation for stretches.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. He has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Ugly, ugly display. I thought they'd be more competitive, but I was wrong.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. VanVleet with the bucket.
I love it. Excellent ball movement. Kyle Lowry knowing who to give it to and when.
Outside, White. The 3 ball. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. White's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bulls. And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Raptors. Inside. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Oladipo with the ball. Hammering it in.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Raptors trail by 8. Pass to VanVleet. Here's Anunoby. And it's sent back by Carter. And they'll keep possession. Gasol. They shoot again. And finally they hit one. Gasol's got 8 points.
Marc Gasol does so many things. One of my favorite attributes, toughness and grit he brings to this team.
Steve, the number of timeouts and even fouls have dropped in recent years. Do you think that's brought a better flow to the game?
Yeah, I think so. I know we have so much stoppage in our game, especially when they go to the referee's review. If we could do something about that, but I love that they dropped the number of timeouts to keep the flow of the game. That's what most fans want to see, just the flow of the game continue.
Lowry drawing the double team. That is good. And the Bulls lead is cut down to 7 in the bucket from Marc Gasol.
We know he can shoot it from the outside, but I love to see Marc down there on the block.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. And just over 3.5 minutes play here in the second quarter. Carter for three. Good. And it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Carter's got his second bucket of the game to go. Raptors trail by 10. Lowry with the ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Van Vliet passes to Lowry. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Hey, a part of being a good floor general is understanding when it's your shot to take. Nice read by Lowry.
Outside, White. It's Oladipo on the wing. Shoots over Van Vliet. And the Bulls tack on two more.
I love the confidence he's shooting with. Big improvement here in the second period.
It's Powell on the wing. Drills it from outside. He's got 7.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
Here's Oladipo. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Chandler Hutchison. He's checked in for Chicago.
The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced.
Now, here's Lowry. And the pass to Van Vliet. Here's Anunoby. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's his first foul. The Raptors making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. Lowry against White. Powell for 3. Carter pulls it in. We talk about the defensive IQ, Smitty, for the Raptors. Where does that reveal itself?
For me, Kevin, their rotations, they're able to send help, double teams, and still recover and get out to shooters.
Now here's Powell. Thaddeus Young missing his last shot. Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered closely. Count that one. Van Vliet's got 9 points in the quarter.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
To the paint. And it's Carter missing.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Lowry kicks to Van Vliet. Now here's Powell. D right on him. Lowry has the open look. Connects from three-point range. And now just a 4-point Chicago lead. Oladipo for 3. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 5th rebound in this one. In the corner, Powell with it. Launches it. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Oladipo for 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. It's Chicago up by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Victor Oladipo putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 15 points and 2 assists. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, their playmakers are showing up tonight, seeing the court well, moving the basketball. That's why they had so many assists in the first half. And they're not just relying on ISO plays to generate points.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, this is a close game. Every point matters. Right now, they're not getting to the line much. To win this kind of matchup, you got to be the aggressor. You got to be aggressive. Let's just see if they can ramp up their intensity, Ernie.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Victor Oladipo in this game, he has been everywhere.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
The Bulls leading by 4 at small forward and power forward. Porter and Young. Victor Oladipo is out there with White. And it's Carter in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Now here's Powell. Passes it to Anunoby. The dish to Gasol. And it's sent back by Carter.
He's a handful inside. Marc Gasol taking it right at the defense, and he created some of that contact.
And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Marc doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
And so Gasol nails them both.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Young from outside, good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Powell. He's got 7. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Anunoby. And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 3-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
And you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
It's good. Powell's got 9.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
And coming out of halftime, Coach said they wanted to start fast. Howell's 4 for 4.
Siakam against White. Pass to Anunoby. 3-pointer. It's all in by the Bulls. Carter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Carter on the wing. Shoots over Powell. And that one goes long.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Anunoby, good.
And can't do much else. The strength of Anunoby comes in handy on those challenging finishes.
Chicago calls timeout.
One of the league's best-kept secrets, Pascal Siakam out of Cameroon, discovered as a raw teenager at Basketball Without Borders back in 2012.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Outside, Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Satoransky's got 3 assists in the game. Well, Smitty, you're talking about Siakam. The Raptors president is from Nigeria and very active in the Basketball Without Borders program.
You're totally right. A prospect like Siakam was on his radar. The late first-round pick in 2016 was more than rewarding where he ended up at.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level. His determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you. Trains the 3-pointer.
I like the competitive spirit of Siakam, seizing back momentum with a 3 of his own.
And Satoransky kicks to Porter. Pass to Gafford. You can't hit that time. So the Raptors will take it the other way. And it's Lowry penetrating, and he makes good on the layup. Now just a 2-point Bulls lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Siakam. 13 points in the game. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for the Bulls. Chris Dunn comes in for Porter. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Raptors. Fred VanVleet comes in for Kyle Lowry. On down the 2018 draft, Smitty, who do you think has the highest ceiling of that group?
Kevin, I love that question because it's not who's the best player who has the best talent. It's the ceiling. I think Jaren Jackson Jr., Marvin Bagley, those guys have so much room to grow. The Doncic and the Trae Young, those guys are fantastic. They have room to grow, but I think those two have a lot of room to grow, and they're already good.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Now here's VanVleet. Satoransky covering. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
And you look at Lowry. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities on All-Star Weekend. But, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more. And as we get closer to the three-point contest, once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Bulls now. Over to the left wing. Here's Dunn. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
An area where Dunn continues to work, improving his range, so the defense has to respect him out there.
The pass to Boucher. Misses the 3. And so Satoransky will bring it up for Chicago. 9-point game. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for him. Passes it to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
You know, he's able to shoulder more and more of the load offensively. Siakam's star continues to rise.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
From deep three-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Chicago in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Raptors trail by 9, setting the floor for the Raptors. Siakam is out there with Ibaka, and it's Marc Gasol. Then it's Fred VanVleet, and it's Powell in at the 2. Now here's Gasol. Pass to Siakam. 5 on the clock. VanVleet, and the 3 ball is good.
Oh, that's great awareness. That's a great pass. Credit Siakam and the work he's done to understand where everyone is in this offense.
Here's White, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Marc Gasol.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Well, not an easy time on offense for the Bulls last year. they struggle mightily on the offensive end. Third worst in the league in effective field goal percentage.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And with the Bulls an effective field goal percentage, it's due to their lack of outside shooting.
Yeah, this team can shoot decently from outside. They just choose not to. Last in the league in threes. Just a play-style decision the organization is going with.
Young's shot is off.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look. But this is why we play the game.
Oladipo dishes to Carter. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got assist number 5 here tonight. Raptors trail by 8. Ibaka looking for an opening. Powell against Oladipo. Siakam passes to Gasol. Toronto needs to get off his shot. The shot by Powell, no good.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Here's Carter. Count it. And now a 10-point Chicago lead.
A crafty score near the rim. Wendell Carter challenging the defense and prevailing.
Here's Van Vliet. No good off the front iron. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Hutchison and the Bulls another 3.
He is cold-blooded, drops the dagger, piles on to what was already a big lead.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And the rejection by Ibaka, and he gets it back. Carter, the pass to Hutchison.
Who's watching him?
6 to shoot. Oladipo outside. Off target from 3-point range. Raptors trail by 11. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Having a big who can run the floor is obviously a value. What I like about Siakam, he can finish in so many ways.
Chicago calls timeout. The Raptors with one of the best benches in the league, and Fred Van Vliet, a leader for that group.
Yeah, he gives up size every night, Kevin. But he's able to overcome that thanks to his toughness and IQ for the game.
The Bulls making a switch here. Porter's checked in, and then for Toronto, OG Anunoby's checked in for Ibaka. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred Van Vliet. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with the team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go, guys.
And here are the Bulls now, after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. He might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
Now, here's Siakam. Floats it up there for Siakam. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
No, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
Raptors trail by 12. Outside Lowry. Fires the 3. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 6th rebound on the night. Porter passes to White. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Here's Anunoby. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
And the penetrating ability of Anunoby, confident when it comes to attacking the defense.
Outside Porter. He can't get that one. Good D by Siakam. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Trailing by 10. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Oladipo taking his time here. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And right now, White, red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
And the Raptors call time here. They're trailing by 12. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Thomas Satoransky.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. And stolen by White. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
2 shots. Timeout. 2.
The free throw drops for Oladipo.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Bulls.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
What's on, Depot?
To the left wing, here's White. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
Here's Anunoby. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Powell for 3. Carter pulls it in. Young left side. Oladipo for 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.